Oh, holy cow. I recorded an entire show and freaking my Spreaker app wouldn't let me play it back, so I couldn't post it because I couldn't be sure how well it turned out. So welcome to the Purple Positivity Podcast for May the 28th, 2018. I knew what day it was, but then I almost said March, and anyways. I am your host, the amazingly adorable, highly irritated, and easily baffled by the concept of time, Rebecca Thistle. Podcasting to you live-ish from my kitchen/dining room table in my apartment, which I call Jeffrey Thistlework. Yes. So, happy Memorial Day. I just want to take a moment here to very seriously thank all the people that give their time and their energy and often their lives to defend America. You know, I'm very proud to be American. There's a lot going on right now, and that has been going on for years as well, that I don't like and I don't agree with, but I love this country. I'd rather live in this country with its flaws that we are working on than anywhere else in the world. And in part, I owe that privilege to the brave servicemen and women who defend it. So, big love to them. I was thinking last night about, tomorrow's Memorial Day and I have to do a podcast. I should do a Memorial Day themed podcast. Maybe I should talk to somebody from the military. I should talk to my cousin Austin. Except Austin is in California and I'm in Texas, and I don't know how that would work. And then I posted about it on Facebook and tagged him in the post, and he sends me a message. He's like, "What's your podcast about?" And I'd love to help, however I can, blah blah blah. And so I explained to him what this show is as best I can, because it's really hard to explain this show to people. It's just I get on a microphone and I talk because I have nothing better to do with my life, but it helps. And it helps me, and I hope it helps other people as well. But I don't know how to, get you on the show because you're there and I'm here, and technology and reasons and things. And he went, okay, well, whenever you do figure out the technical end of it, just let me know and I'll be happy to be on the show. And I was like, yes, because I really do admire my cousin Austin, because his story is not my story to tell, so I don't want to be specific, but I know he's been through a lot of shit in his life. And honestly, even though he is so much older than me, I don't know how much older because I forget when he was born, but he is older than me. He's got his shit together, and I'm just sitting here going, oh my god. How? Explain to me, be my Obi-Wan, teach me how you've got your shit together and how you keep it together, and what? Explain, man, explain. I want to know. So, but yeah, so hopefully that'll be coming in the future once I can figure out how to do it. I think I have a theory that there's something that I'm missing about how to do it, and I think it's one of these, like Skype type services. Like, surely there's got to be a way that I can record a conversation over like Skype or Duo or something similar, and then send that audio file into my Spreaker app and then post it as a podcast. So surely there's a way to do this. Surely. I just don't know how yet. So I haven't tested it out, and part of that is because like I don't want to do an entire show and then not be able to I don't want to make big plans about it. And the person that I was supposed to be testing this out with has gone MIA because he's having a lot of problems right now. And again, not my story to tell, but he is also somebody that I'd like to feature on this show at some point. He doesn't have his shit together, but he's getting his shit together, and I admire the fact that he doesn't give up. And but life is fun, isn't it? So I don't really know what I want to talk about. Like, I recorded a show, and now in hindsight I'm going, I don't want to post a show about that. First of all, I don't want to talk about it again. Not because it was anything like heavy, but it was just really stream of consciousness talking. And it sounded really weird. So I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm just going to talk. I'm just going to talk and we'll see where it goes from there, right? Because, and I mean, I'm sure some of you are thinking, Becca, what's your favorite tree? But then you're also probably thinking, well, Becca, why? For the record, it's willow. I love willow trees. But you're probably also thinking, Becca, why not just not post a show? Like, just let it go, man. Just, skip a show. Skip it. We don't need your adorkability. We're fine without you. No, you're not. Well, okay, maybe you are, but I'm not fine without talking because I don't get the opportunity to talk a lot. Believe it or not. That all rhymed. Wow. Yay me. But I don't. I mean, I have my friends, but I spend an awful lot of time alone. I really do. I mean, I've recently made a new friend and we've hung out a few times. But I do spend an awful lot of time by myself, and so I get these thoughts piled up in my head. And so half the reason I do this show, actually probably about 75% of the reason that I do this show, is just for my sake, just so that I can talk and get these thoughts out of my head and put them out there. And then the other 25% is hopefully these thoughts that are in my head can find the right people who will then go, yes, I never thought of it that way. Let me think about it some more. And hopefully it'll help them better their lives, whether they agree with it or not. Like, that's beside the point. You don't have to agree with everything I say on this show. Hey, I got an email. But if you disagree, please do feel free to disagree with me on any subject. That's fine. But hopefully in disagreeing with me, it'll help you reaffirm your own beliefs or reevaluate your own beliefs and why you disagree with me, and then you can grow. Because I've actually found that a lot of times I grow more as a person because I disagree with something. As weird as that sounds, like I find that when something is wrong and I don't like it, it forces me to step back and look at myself and go, why don't I like this? Should I like this? Am I allowed to not like this? Am I allowed to be angry? Am I allowed to be frustrated? Am I allowed? And in the past, usually the answer has been no, and then it makes me all sad and suicidal. But now it's this sort of, yeah, I'm allowed to not like this shit. I'm allowed to be angry. I'm allowed. I'm entitled to that. What I'm not entitled to is having that anger and that opposition define me in a negative way. And so then the next thought is, okay, how can I grow from this? So, prime example is my job. There's a lot that I do not like about my job at all. And I can't really talk about the ins and outs of it because I could lose my job because of it, but there is a lot I don't like. There is a lot that goes on with which I very much disagree. And I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to be angry about it. I'm allowed to be frustrated about it. I'm allowed. I am fucking allowed. I am entitled to that. But in the meantime, I'm choosing to grow from this. I'm choosing to learn how to put up with bullshit until such a time that I can get where I want to go. You know? To get where I want to be. Really. That's what, to me, that's what this job is learning and growing through the experience. You see? So, yeah. Interesting thoughts, huh? But yeah. So that's really why I do this podcast, is for myself primarily, just to talk, just to get it out there, just to free associate and just really hunker down and take a good look at myself and my life and what lessons I can learn and the lessons that I am learning. I fucking know somebody else can benefit from that. So that's why, in a long-winded way, that's why I am posting a show at all when I have nothing to talk about. I have nothing to say. But I think I just said something. I've said a lot of things, really, and some stuff as well. I don't know why that always makes me laugh, but I always say that. I always say things. I always say stuff and things. And reasons. But yeah. So, I'm going to end this show because I think I've said some really interesting stuff already that I probably want to sit and think about for a little while and maybe turn into a whole other show later, maybe on Wednesday, who knows. But more importantly, I want to figure out how I can put my cousin on this show. Because I really admire him. I really do. Like, I mean, wow. I mean, like, how, Austin, how do you have your shit together? Like, I don't know all the ins and outs of what he's been through in his life because, I'm not really close to that side of the family and I'm trying to amend that right now in my life. But how? I want to know. I want to understand. You don't, obviously, like, I'm saying this like Austin's listening to this right now. Maybe he is. I don't know. because this is live-ish.